Saudi Arabia has arrested at least 8 suspected militants plotting killings in a car bombing, and authorities were pursuing other accomplices. A ministry statement said those arrested included Islamic State suspects who had planned killings of security officials in the Shakra district north of the capital Riyadh. Other militants had planned to attack civilians in the eastern city of Khatib and stage a car bomb attack at the visiting United Arab Emirates football team at a stadium in the western port city of Jeddah. The 8 arrested suspects included 2 Pakistanis, a Syrian, and a Sudanese who had been seized after intensified security investigations. 8 Saudis and a Bahraini were among the suspects still at large.
لأنه من يوفر معلومات تؤدي إلى القبض عليهم ينطبق بحقه الأمر السامي الكريم اللي قضى بمنح مكافآت مالية مقدارها مليون ريال لكل من يدلي بمعلومات تؤدي إلى القبض على أحد المطلوبين و5 ملايين ريال في حال القبض على أكثر من مطلوب و7 ملايين ريال في حال توفير معلومات تؤدي إلى إحباط عمليات إرهابية.
Saudi security forces have grappled with sporadic attack by adherents to the ultra-hardline Islamic State militant group, which is based in Iraq and Syria, and say they have arrested hundreds of its members.
The government will introduce legislation in the next parliamentary sitting week to amend the Migration Act to prevent irregular maritime arrivals taken to a regional processing country from making a valid application for an Australian visa.
The Australian government announced on Sunday, October 30, a proposed new law which will impose stricter rules to asylum seekers entering the country. The bill will apply to all taken to a regional processing country since the 19th of July 2013. The current policy of sending asylum seekers who arrive in Australian waters by boat to countries like Papua New Guinea and Nauru, where their status as refugee is confirmed or rejected, has bipartisan support in the Australian Parliament. It was on July 19, 2013, that previous Labor Prime Minister Kevin Rudd declared that no irregular maritime arrival would ever settle in Australia. Immigration Minister Peter Dutton said the policy would not apply to anyone who was under the age of 18 on the date they arrived at either Manus Island, Nauru, or any other country designated as a regional processing country. Up to 3,000 people on Manus Island, Nauru, or in Australia undergoing medical treatment could be affected by the proposed laws.
We accept thousands of refugees, and we do so willingly, but we will not tolerate any repeat of the people smuggling ventures which resulted in over 1,200 deaths at sea under the Labor Party and 50,000 unauthorised arrivals.
City officials and humanitarian aid volunteers in Calais have expressed concerns that another camp like the notorious jungle will emerge unless the French and British governments take measures to deal with the situation. Since France orders the closure of the jungle camp, 6,000 refugees and migrants have been sent off to refugee centers all over the country during 6 days of demolition and evacuation. The situation in Calais is not unlike the one that the nearby town of Sandgate faced in 2002, when it made the news as the French government tore down a Red Cross camp. The Sandgate camp hosted 2,000 refugees at its peak, many from Kosovo and Afghanistan. They tried to sneak onto trains, shuttles, and ferries to get to the UK. In the end, the UK agreed to accept 1,300, while the rest were handled by France. Refugee social workers say many evacuated jungle residents have moved straight into smaller camps in the region.
The problem here isn't the camp itself. The problem is the issue of there not being a legal way to get into the UK to make a claim for asylum. And as long as that's the case, we're always going to have camps in northern France, people trying to get there illegally.
The camp in Calais and Sandgate were both consequences of turmoil surrounding Europe. The Kosovo War from 1996 to 1999 triggered a large influx of refugees into Europe, and the current Syria crisis has induced another influx. Many in Calais, including Mayor Natasha Bouchard, are calling for the French government to take measures to deal with the refugee influx so that there will be no more camps.
qu'un autre camp, une autre jungle, un autre campement peut s'organiser si le gouvernement ne met pas en place un dispositif stratégique global à partir des pays qui sont en guerre ou pour avoir une régulation des migrants économiques.